Today is Holy Tuesday, and I'm back after a few days. I was not able to give a good morning talk at the start of the Holy Week from Palm Sunday and then yesterday. And so now I'm going to give a commentary on our gospel for today, a very important one. And that comes from John chapter 13, verses 21 to 33, and then 36 to 38. When he had said this, Jesus was deeply troubled and testified, "Amen, amen, I say to you, one of you will betray me." The disciples looked at one another at a loss as to whom he meant. One of his disciples, the one whom Jesus loved, was reclining at Jesus' side. So Simon Peter nodded to him to find out whom he meant. He leaned back against Jesus' chest and said to him, "Master, who is it?" Jesus answered, "It is the one to whom I hand the morsel after I have dipped it." So he dipped the morsel and took it and handed it to Judas, son of Simon the Iscariot. After he took the morsel, Satan entered him. So Jesus said to him, "What are you going to do? Do quickly." Now none of those reclining at table realized why he said this to him. Some thought that since Judas kept the money bag, Jesus had told him, "Buy what we need for the feast, or to give something to the poor." So he took the morsel and left at once. And it was night. And when he had left, Jesus said, "Now is the Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God is glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself, and he will glorify him at once. My children, I will be with you only a little while. You will look for me, and as I told the Jews, where I go, you cannot come. So now I say it to you." Simon Peter said to him, "Master, where are you going?" Jesus answered him, "Where I am going, you cannot follow me now, though you will follow later." Peter said to him, "Master, why can't I follow you now? I will lay down my life for you." Jesus answered, "Will you lay down your life for me? Amen, amen, I say to you, the cock will not crow before you deny me 3 times." Dear friends, the short segment of Jesus predicting his betrayal at the Last Supper ends with Judas leaving the table to do what he had to do. Dear friends, if you would remember that this is this is the reading that follows the text that follows our reading for Holy Thursday. So in a way, we're advancing something that we would know is part of what would happen during the Lord's Supper. And you see, uh, we find the figure of Jesus together with two of his disciples, and that is Judas and then Peter. But I'd like to focus on something here. The narration gives briefly the time setting. And what is that? The time, it's about the night. You see in my background screen, you find there the night. It's night time, and that is coming from the film The Passion of the Christ. And it's something that we know is part of the scenery, that the whole film, The Passion of the Christ by Mel Gibson, is a bit dreary. It's in the night, and somehow we see this in this at this part. Okay, I'll just move on with something here, which is what yeah, okay, that verse, "and it was night." Okay, it's a foreboding of what would happen. Why? Darkness has become the motive from this point. Judas moved into the darkness, away from Jesus. Jesus told his disciples that he was the light of the world. John chapter 8, verse 12. And even from the prologue, we know this: the light that enlightens everyone. John chapter 1, verse 8. Now it's also here in the Gospel of John where we find Jesus saying that people love darkness rather than light because their deeds are evil. John chapter 3, verse 19. And you know, dear friends, so many crimes are committed in the dark. Thieves and robbers steal in the dead of the night when everything is dark and no one is looking. You know, when I was in high school, the high school seminar at Don Bosco Juniorate, there was an amateur thief. He entered the compound and was caught because he turned on the lights. It was quite a funny scene, no? Magnanakaw tapos yung yung ilaw, no, sisindin niya. However, normally when people do wrong, they want to do it in the dark, literally or figuratively, lest they be seen and worse, recognized. Evil thrives on anonymity. Now, at the exit of Judas, Jesus talks to the rest of the disciples and hints on his farewell. And that prompts Peter to express his loyalty and even stating that he would lay down his life for Jesus. Jesus had the last word in this exchange. He was predicting that Peter would deny him. And so, dear friends, this was thus a night of infamy. As if the betrayal of Jesus by Judas was not enough, Jesus has now predicted another painful and unfortunate act: Peter denying him. It was night, and it would be a long one. The rest of the discourse at the supper, the arrest in the garden, the trial at the courtyard. And you know, the night was also cold. There would be a charcoal fire, and Simon Peter would warm himself there. In other words, the night was dreary and desolate, a foreboding of the travesty that was about to happen. The somber tone of today's gospel prepares us for what we will recall in the next few days of this Holy Week. What would happen? The arrest, the passion and death of Jesus, a continuation of the night when he was betrayed. Dear friends, we ask ourselves these questions. What are the dark nights in my life when I have denied or betrayed the Lord? Are there times when I seek anonymity in order to cover up the wrong that I am doing? In our gospel for today, Peter was saying, "Why can't I follow you now? I will lay down my life for you." But the Lord was telling all of them before that, "Where I'm going, you cannot follow me now, though you will follow later." And so this is our prayer to the Lord. Lord, lead me so that I may follow you to where you are going. Amen. Dear friends, I'd like to thank all of you for joining me today. And I'd like to greet in a special way Ma'am Vida Jacob. And it is her birthday today. Happy birthday, Ma'am Vida. She's the secretary not only of the rector's office, but of the whole institution. Very hardworking. And we wish her all the best, especially in that vocation that the Lord has given her, not only to work in Don Bosco as a Salesian educator, but above all, to be a wife and a mother. And I think she, in this role, in this God-given role, she is really at her best. And so, Ma'am Vida, I wish you all the blessings from the Lord. I also thank those who are listening right now, those who have just tuned in. I had prepared the video earlier on, but the computer seemed to be hanging, and actually I have wanted to post these chat messages in the chat box, but I there's some problem in it, so they're not coming out. So I'd like to greet those who have posted their message, Mariel Kiatchon, and then Reggie Carion. A while ago, there was also uh, Elda. And those who are watching right now, uh, and included in those are, yeah, Ma'am Mariel, and then Ma'am EJ Castillo, and the others. Okay, so I tune in again tomorrow for our next reflection, and that is for Holy Wednesday. As we prepare for the most holy days of the year, not only this Holy Week, but it culminates with the Paschal Triduum. I wish you all